Okay, so I got the system working where after the minigame, it'll return you to your spot. So I'm just gonna go through this real quick. All right. I also removed the split screen. I'll explain why I did that later. But anyways, when you go back, you actually keep your spot. So it's fully featured now. Also, the sky I'm using, I could show that to you later, had a day and night cycle built in, and I think it looks really cool, so I'm actually going to leave it in there. It's not going to affect how it plays like Mario Party 6 does, but it'll be really cool and stylistic. I'm going to call turns days probably instead of the standard turns. I think it gives it a bit more personality. Anyways, I just want to show you guys the top of the mountain, so I'll meet you guys there. So the idea with the top of the mountain, all these green spaces line up with these islands right here. So landing on one of these will teleport you to whatever island you want. But this blue space will be a space where you could actually, a pop-up will come up and it'll ask if you want to open a dam. And it'll be a windmill right here in the middle. And there'll be a whole bunch of dams. So there'll be one here, another one here, cover this bridge, and this bridge. The one that would cover just these two bridges. And you have the option to pay money to open a dam, and it'll knock all these people off here and on this bridge and send them to this beginning. So there's more strategy involved. If someone's about to get a star and you notice they're on that bridge, you could actually make your way up here and screw them over. I'm actually going to show you guys what I've been sketching and some plans for the future. This is my sketches for the dam. This is some earlier concept art I drew of what I wanted. This is more of the final version I had, which is really similar to what we see right here. This is a level I've been coming up with for a while now. It's a mine level. I don't know what to call it yet, but if you know King Boo's haunted house in Mario Party 8, where it's kind of randomly generated with these tiles, it's going to be like that. So the idea is that you start in a space and the whole thing's randomly generated, but after every 5 turns, the floor you're on will flood, and you need to find the space of the next floor. However, you could find stars and a lot of coins further out from the randomly generated area, and it's like pretty much infinite level. So you need to decide how much you're going to risk. If you're going to risk going really far out, or if you're just going to play it safe and go to the ladder immediately. So I think that creates a really interesting dynamic that's not really been explored in any other game like this. And if you do get caught by the lava, you lose everything you collected so far. So you really don't want to get caught by that. Next up, I got a jungle level, which I just called jungle map. I don't have a name for it officially yet. But this is similar to a lot of the other linear levels. It's like Goomba's Booty Boardwalk from Mario Party 8 also. I love that game. It's a straight line, except it's more curvy. And you could pay to take a shortcut right here. It's all about saving your money up. They actually pay for movement items instead of paying for the star, because the stars can be free, or the Bidget, sorry. And space right here will send you back to the start, which is pretty funny. And there's this map, which I call Panic Station. I'm not really an Arctic Monkeys fan, but my little sister loves it a lot, so I hear that a lot and I thought it was a cool name, so I decided to name it that. Anyways, it's split into 3 different sections. In this version, I'm going to add a bank space, which takes money from you when you walk past. Similar to other Mario parties, this will act similar to that, except there's an exception, is that in this version, you could go in debt. And if you're in debt for, like, let's say 3 turns or whatever, the loan shark, which would be the main baddie of this game, will come out and start chasing after you on the board. And if he catches you, he whacks you with a baseball bat and he takes a star from you or a Bidget. But with this, for the idea with this version is that when you go in debt, after 3 turns and whatever section you're in, will be locked. These doors will be locked and you can't get out. And then in like a turn or so, you will be sucked out. This thing will be open and everybody in this section will be sucked out. But if you use a skeleton key, whatever I'm going to call it, you can actually get out of this area before it sucks you out. So you could actually use debt as a strategy. You could go in debt, go into one of these sections with another player, they get locked in, and then use a skeleton key to get out while they get sucked out and lose a star or a Bidget. So I really like that kind of idea. And of course, there's a lot of coding things they'll need to implement, like going back to the previous space because these are linear. And getting the skeleton keys won't be easy, of course. You need to go out of your way to get in the shop. And for the last one, I don't have it finished yet, but the idea will be that it's like a bank. And I'll need to figure out what needs to be in there, but when I do, I'll tell you guys. But anyways, that's been today's devlog. Oh, I got one more thing. For mini games, I'm thinking about having a gang beast, party animals, human fall flat type active ragdolls because first of all, those are some of my favorite games. But I think it would go really well with the Mario Party type games. For example, in Mario Party games, most of the mini games that you fight and stuff use the same movement system. And even ones you don't fight in will still use the same movement system because they disable punching. So for example, this one shares a lot of similarities with this game, even though they're two separate concepts. And that shares a lot of similarities with this game, but you kind of get it. They each have the same kind of run and jump mechanics. For me, the base minigame system will be an active ragdoll, like gang beast, human fall flat, all those kind of stuff. And I think that'll bring a lot of uniqueness. So that's also why I'm going to shift from the split screen to more of the individual screen, like per person, because I have a lot more ideas for that, and I can always implement split screen as a secondary thing. Anyways, that's been all I've got. Thanks to you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.